In this video, I'm going to be talking about non-inertial reference systems and inertial forces. So a non-inertial reference system can be understood by this example of you and your friend. So like, let's say there's a tree and you're by the tree and your friend's in a van. And your friend's accelerating relative to you, but in a forward direction. And your friend's in a van with a ball and you drop the ball. So from your reference system's point of view, the ball is going to go down at negative 9.8 meters per second squared, and to the right at the speed that it was released from the hand, the horizontal speed that it was released from the hand. So together, it's going to have a projectile path of half of a parabola, just like your situation in an inertial reference system. So from your point of view, your reference system is an inertial reference system. But from your friends in the van's point of view, their reference system point of view, the ball is going to go backwards, horizontally, and at an accelerated rate and downwards. So, to make this ball drop straight down vertically from where it started, you would need to apply a horizontal force in the opposite direction, which disobeys or violates Newton's law of inertia. So how do you get around the fact that this violates Newton's law of inertia? This is a reference system in which Newton's law of motion doesn't work. So, to get around the fact that the law of motion doesn't work, there's two things you can do. For one, you can disregard Newton's laws of motion altogether. But this would be odd because that means you would have to apply a new version of Newton's laws of motion for each situation. Or two, you can say that there is a force horizontally acting on this ball to the left. And that's sort of a problem too, because there's really no origin for this force. You can't really think of an origin, or we don't know any origin for this force in science. There is no origin for this force in science. And further, the size and direction of this horizontal force is dependent upon the acceleration of the van from your point of view. From your point of view, we know that the ball is accelerating backwards because the van is accelerating forwards. But the force that's arising from your friends in the van's point of view is called an inertial force. They're also called fictitious forces because they don't really exist. They're just a slick way of getting out of the fact that Newton's laws of motion does not work in accelerated reference systems. And these fictitious forces seem real whenever you're in an accelerated reference system. For example, if you are in your car, you'll get pushed back into your seat. And at least it'll feel like that. From your point of view, that's what's going on. You have to say there's an inertial force acting on you, pushing you back in your seat. But from an inertial reference system point of view, that the van accelerating, moving relative to, you're just accelerating and the seat's getting pushed back into you, rather than you being pushed back into the seat. And that's accelerated reference systems and inertial forces.